Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to a Scorpio's journey. I'm Kenya, and I'm so glad you're here. I am a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, and a Pisces rising. I'm also a lover of tarot, especially when used as a journaling tool. I've been using it for many, many years to support my own emotional and spiritual well-being. And I've recently had a calling to share my interpretations of tarot with the world. Now, I have to say, though, that I'm not in the medical profession. I'm not in the legal profession. I'm not in the financial profession. I'm not a licensed counselor of any kind. I don't sell personal tarot readings. I'm just rising to this challenge that the universe put out there for me. And I hope you'll join me as we grow this community. So if the messages resonate with you, please consider subscribing to the channel, as well as liking and sharing the video. This channel, though, is just for Scorpios. So I really want to be able to go deep into the transformational journeys that we Scorpios like to have. So I'll do weekly general readings. We're going to do a general weekly reading for the week of January 29th today. But I also do monthly readings covering all aspects of the astrological chart. So for the month of February, starting tomorrow, you'll see separate readings for every house, from the first house all the way to the 12th house. But let's get started. I'm going to pull an overarching sort of energy from the Viking Runes to get us started. But then I'll also, I will pull from a couple of the oracle decks, a couple of my favorite oracle decks. And then, of course, we'll look at tarot. So let's see what we have. Ooh, this is beautiful. I mean, I love this. So this is the rune of harvest. It speaks to slow and steady growth. When I see this rune, I think a lot about, the Knight of Pentacles and the tarot deck. This is about, it's about patience, but it's about steady progress. It's about, you're building something that is going to just give you security, stability, but it's going to take some time, right? So you plant the seed, and then you have to take care of it. You have to water it, you have to weed, you have to put down fertilizer, you have to do all of that. But then come harvest time, you can then reap your reward. So this speaks to, you're going to have a harvest at some point, but there's some work to do right now, Scorpio. When you see this rune, it often, from a timing standpoint, speaks to the span of a year. 9 months to a year, because that's usually what it, how much time it takes, to harvest something. I feel like this might be something new you're working on, Scorpio, a new project. It's a new year, right? I think there's, potentially a new project that you've just got started on, Scorpio, and you are nurturing it, you are watering it, you are feeding it, you're talking to it. And that's exactly what you need to do, because in time, it's going to bear fruit for you. And, this, is a sort of, manifesting like a pentacle energy. So the fruits, I feel, is going to be material, right? So it's going to be something financial, or, could be a relationship, a substantial relationship, but something that you will manifest materially eventually. You're working on it, and you need to keep doing that. And so we've got fire ant. Ooh, okay. This is from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And stingray. Wow, well, this is interesting. Let's take the stingray first. I mean, you see this here. What I think about the stingray is, when I think about it, like in the water, and how it's just like so, kind of wishy-washy, if you will, right? Like it's, it's got no no, like this, like no backbone. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this energy, and you see how it's, the backbone is colorful here, like it's colorful coming to life. Like I feel like this is you, having being at a pivotal point in your life where you're starting to get some courage, some confidence, some backbone, right? And I feel like, it's a time of growth for you. You're also starting to get a sense of like really who you are in this world right now, Scorpio, because I think that there's something more you want to do. There's something big and bold that you're wanting to do right now, and you're needing to get your confidence up. You're needing to kind of move into an area that's, maybe a little unfamiliar to you. And that's why you need to get courage and confidence going. But I feel like you're going to be really successful because this is something like you're doing to stretch yourself, if you will, that you're wanting to level up. Can I say that? But then it came out with this fire ant energy, and when you guys know fire ants, it's like those red ants, right, that you see. And the first thing I think when I look at this card is I think itchy. Like I feel like like there's some agitation or some restlessness, or maybe there's some aggression or something, but I don't know, that it's coming out with the stingray, which is, a little more calmer energy. I just feel like, you might be anxious here around something that you're wanting to do, Scorpio. Again, that could be a lot of the reason for your needing to, get some, build your confidence or build your self-esteem or build your, your courage right now. And you may be feeling a little anxious about that, but that's okay, Scorpio, because whenever we are, stretching ourselves, when we're kind of putting ourselves out there, when we're doing something that we're not familiar with, we kind of get those feelings. It's natural, that, you might be a little, anxious or nervous right now. This could also be to fire and we'll see if there are some other messages that come out to support this, but this could be you two feeling, I think I said it, a little like agitated about something. I don't know, maybe it's, something you started, a project that you started that you thought, right now by now you would have, seen some progress. And you're haven't seen that just yet. And you might be feeling, a little agitated or riled up. Or this could be somebody who's making you feel that way, Scorpio. We'll see what additional messages we get. That's what I'm really getting from the card. I feel like it's anxious more than agitated, but we'll see. And so from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck here, we've got success. Well, we'd like to see that. And then leadership. Oof, that's beautiful. So we are natural born leaders anyway, Scorpio, but Spirit right now is telling you need to double down on this skill. So, again, this is you needing to put yourself out there, to be a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder, because people are looking at you, for something. I don't know, what it is, but people are, feeling inspired by you right now, Scorpio. And, this could be, reason for what we see here, that you don't typically, put yourself out like that you don't typically see yourself as, an expert in whatever's relevant to you. And all of a sudden, People are coming to you for something, right? And this is, Spirit telling you that you need to be this beacon. You need to, put yourself out there to really kind of support others. And you're going to be very successful at it. So you might not feel like it now, Scorpio. You might feel a little apprehensive. You might, again, be, feeling out of your comfort zone a little bit right now, Scorpio. But hey, Spirit says you're going to be very, very successful at this. You're going to do well here, Scorpio. Again, we are natural born leaders. The thing is, we don't always like to put ourselves out there. So, when we find ourselves in that position, there might be some, feelings of anxiety or whatnot. But, this success card really does line nicely too with the rune of harvest, right? So again, it's not necessarily going to be overnight. There's some work to be done, but the fruit of your efforts is coming, Scorpio. So I'm pulling now from the money and career deck. Again, I don't take pop-outs. I didn't feel like I needed to take those cards. And we'll see what additional messages Spirit has for us. Oh boy. I just will take those. I mean, especially that, that work hard in silence one. We've been talking about that already, Scorpio. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, there's something new that you're working on, and you got to do the time, in order to really reap the rewards. And, I love this spirituality card. It says, you are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path. At this time, you may be called to become a spiritual advisor, a healer, or anything in the occult. And your finances could use some spell work. Oops. Ask your angels and guides for assistance. So somebody needed to hear that money message. We'll see if we get some additional messages around that. But I really do feel like this is really kind of sort of complementing this whole idea of you're needing to put yourself out there for others, that you're being, again, sort of guided to kind of be, to get into sort of this sort of motivational path. Like, I feel like there's a story that you can tell whether you want to or not. I think you feel like you want to, that somebody else needs to hear, and that you're going to help them spiritually, Scorpio, with their spiritual journey, by sharing this particular piece of you. I will pull one more money card. Let's see what else we get from here. But we've got goals. So don't let the world lead you. Take the steering wheel and take control of your life. So this could be you, just in terms of leadership here, just you needing to take the reins and control your own life, to, stop, just, being in the muck and just, moseying along and being a follower of, and, just, it's maybe, time for you to take control of your own life, Scorpio. This would be a good time to write down your goals and aspirations and focus on creating and managing a budget, especially if your if your finances could use some spell work. It certainly starts by setting a budget for yourself, Scorpio. But yeah, I think like this is you just taking, your own destiny into your own, your destiny into your own hands, something like that, Scorpio. I'm going to now pull from this tarot deck, this Druid tarot deck, just a couple of tarot cards to get some overarching tarot messages, to see what Spirit wants to help us understand. So this is again for the week of January 29th. Messages for Scorpio. This is one of my favorite tarot decks, this Druid deck. I don't know, I really do just like the visual the images in the deck. Not that I'm into druidry or anything like that. So we've got the Fool. Lovely. And the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So let's start with the Fool. So again, you know, I think about this, you know, this Fool energy and as it relates to, you know, some of the other cards on the deck. And the first thing I kind of feel like is, you know, you got to trust the process, Scorpio. Like you're going out into the unknown. Again, I think you're putting yourself out there in some kind of way where you haven't before. And that's kudos to you. But you gotta trust that spirit has your back. You know, it's a beautiful time, Scorpio. You know, the Fool really indicates a new phase in your life. But it also, you know, it indicates having the confidence, you know, to actually put yourself out there, to do the unknown, to, you know, to be adventuresome, to try something new, to take a risk. You know, this is also you just having a sense of optimism, like I can conquer the world. And I feel that is just not very nice, nicely aligned with this stingray energy. Where, you know, you're just like really getting a backbone. You're really just starting to understand how much you can do, exactly what you can do, Scorpio. And it's a lot. You know, you have a lot to offer. And we've got the King of Wands here. I love the King of Wands. I mean, he's one of my favorites of all of the court cards. You know, he is a dynamic leader. He's very ambitious. He has the entrepreneurial spirit. So this could be something around you, Scorpio, starting your own business. You might be starting, your own sort of coaching business, whether you're, you know, coaching other, you know, business owners, or whether you're, you know, doing motivational speaking, something like that. I feel like where, you know, in some sort of, you know, business or profession where you are inspiring others. He is a visionary. He sees where he wants to be. He knows exactly what he wants to put out there into the world. Again, it takes about, you know, it's about, you know, putting the work in. But the thing is about this King of Wands too, is he, you know, again, he is very inspirational. He can motivate others. He can get people to work with him to achieve his goals. So, you know, again, this could be you, Scorpio. Again, I feel like this is about work. You know, this could be you maybe having a new job, getting a promotion, being in a position where you're now leading a team. And it could be, I feel like if this is the case for you, Scorpio, it's a new team. And so, yeah, there might be some, you know, just some credibility or whatever that you need to establish. You might be feeling a little anxious about that. But it's all going to work out. It might take a little bit time to establish your credibility, but it will come. So I'm going to pull, I didn't get my tarot cards here. I'm going to use this. What is deck? Is this the Light Seers tarot deck? To pull a few more tarot cards to see what other messages Spirit has for us for the week of January 29th. Yeah, this is the Light Seers tarot deck. Okay. I'm feeling especially clumsy today, Scorpio, so I won't be surprised if we have like one massive card spill before the reading is over, but I'm going to go slow and I'm going to try my best to keep it all together. Okay. Ooh, we've got the Knight of Wands. Oh, One of my other favorite court cards, the Knight of Wands. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, very much aligned with that Harvest rune. Temperance, Patience, Harvest rune. The Queen of Cups. The Fool again. Oh, and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh boy. So we are definitely planting seeds, Scorpio. And then we've got 5, the Hierophant. So let me just take a minute out here and just make sure all of the cards are sort of in view here. I might just do a little shuffling. Sorry, just bear with me. I just want to make sure we can see all of these cards, Scorpio. Oh boy. Yeah, there's definitely some manifesting energy going on here. I feel like I'm going to just take and put these over here. You've got work hard in silence, because there's some seeds you're planting, Scorpio, and you're putting it out there. It's going to happen. So hopefully we can see these cards a little bit better now, Scorpio. We can start with the Hierophant. Oh boy, so now I'm being very, very clumsy. That's okay. I will get it together. So the Hierophant here, you know, to me, the Hierophant just speaks to all of the things that help in developing your morals and values, right? So so that to me, that means, you know, religious teachings, educational teachings, you know, big sort of corporate entities that might have some, you know, some input into your the development of your morals and your values. It's also about tradition. It's about routines. It's about ceremonies and rituals. It's about following a process, right? You know, similar to, you know, a tradition or, you know, a traditional way of doing something. It's about taking that and leveraging that and feeling like you don't have to, you know, reinvent the wheel. This is about, you know, could be a mentor or a teacher. This could be you being a mentor or a teacher. You know, I really feel like, though, this is about your just needing to follow the process. Like there's a process that needs to happen here, Scorpio, in order for you to be successful here. And why reinvent the wheel at this time? Especially, you know, if we're doing something where, you know, we, you know, feel like it's not exactly in our wheelhouse, Scorpio. But so we've got the Knight of Wands. We love him. You know, knights are they're doers. They're all about action. This knight takes big, bold moves. I love the visualization in this deck. So we've got this girl and she's, you know, beating her drum, and, you know, I feel this way, like this knight is, dancing to the beat of her own drum. She is putting her ideas into action. She's making big, bold moves. She's very enthusiastic and passionate about something. And she's really, really ready to go out into the world and make that happen, Scorpio. Now it's anchored by the Queen of Cups. And I think in this instance, you know, the Queen is very, very sensitive. She has this ability to kind of just get quiet and to really just go inside for the answers and to really kind of understand what it needs to be done. It's about intuition. And so I really think in this case, Scorpio, this is about you feeling very, very intuitive right now, and you should go with your gut. You know, she's also a good friend. She's a good listener too. You know, you've got two kind of cards like that with the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. Again, this could be you just inspiring people, being a motivator, being a good listener, you helping somebody. You know, she's very compassionate. She has a, great ability to listen and to help people. So, this could be, again, what you're meant to do now, Scorpio. I feel like there's something new that you're starting, where you will be helping others, and you really should be following your intuition. Like, this is the way to go for you right now, Scorpio. But, it's going to take time. So this, I called this when we were talking about the harvest rune. I said that it reminded me of the Knight of Pentacles, and here it is. He is slow, but he is steady. So again, he's a knight. So he's a doer, he's doing things, but he's not going to do anything without having a plan in place. And I really do feel like Spirit's telling you, just like follow the process. Like there's a formula for whatever it is that you're needing to do right now, Scorpio. And Spirit says, just do that. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep doing it. Work hard, and it's going to happen. Now, it's anchored by the Fool, which, of course, we talked about the Fool. You have it here twice. So this is Spirit really wanting to double down on this message. So this is about potential to me. There's just open-mindedness. Anything is possible, Scorpio. You just got to put your head down, do the work. Don't think about the overall outcome, right? Think about your overall vision. And be open to change for how that vision might actually manifest. But this is about trust the process. It's going to happen. And, there could be some, there's some trial and error here too, Scorpio. As I think about this Temperance card, the Temperance does also speak to patience, right? You're needing to just, have faith and patience that it's, things are going to happen in their own time. But it's also about trying different approaches. So if, one thing doesn't work, then it's, switching up the formula and potentially trying something a little bit different. But I really do feel like this is really speaking to patience, especially as it's anchored by the Ace of Pentacles. So, this is, again, all about potential. Aces are about potential, but there needs to, some work to be done. So the Ace of Pentacles says, whatever this is that you're working on, it's something new. It's going to lead to material success, financial success, but it's going to take time. This is about future wealth, future health, future abundance. And again, you're putting in the work to be able to see success in, I'm saying, 9 months from now, Scorpio. And I'm going to clarify the tarot deck with the tarot cards with the Kipper deck to see if we can get any more sort of additional more concrete messages around these tarot cards. This is something new. This is about money. It's a new project. It's a new job. It's a promotion. It's something like that, Scorpio, that you're out of your comfort zone now, but that's okay. You know what to do. You got this. Follow your own, intuition. You know what got you here. Don't play small ball. The Knight of Wands does not play small ball. But you don't have to reinvent the wheel either, Scorpio. There's a formula, there's a process. Let's follow that. Now we've got sudden wealth. Wow, that's nice. House, speaking to stability and security, and occupation. So we already talked about this. We know this is about work. And then underneath here, we've got concern. So in the Kipper deck, it's concern. It's number 33 here. I think this is, we talked about this a little bit. This is that fire ant energy coming up again, Scorpio, where you're just a little worried. You're out of your comfort zone. You're not exactly sure what to expect coming out of this, Scorpio, but Spirit is telling you that whatever it is, it's going to it's going to be very successful for you. So it's okay to worry. It's okay to be a little anxious again, Scorpio, but feel it. But don't let it, lead your thinking. Don't let it, make the decisions that need to be made as you're going through whatever the situation is, Scorpio. Feel it and then file it. It's okay. Right now, so we've got number 11, sudden wealth. Now you might think that that's, is a little sort of contradictory to this, harvest thing, and even the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, where we've said, it's going to take a little bit of time. But, I really do think this just speaks to potential success or future success, that, whatever this venture is, it's going to be profitable at some point. Or, this could speak to the success that you've already had, like you've recently had. This could be, again, your promotion, right? So you've already gotten that promotion. So you've got a gain or, a profit in some kind of way. Now you've got house here. So that's number 20 in the Kipper deck. And, I don't know. I don't feel like this is somebody buying a house. It could be. Maybe you are. Maybe that's, one of your goals, for this year or something. And you're putting yourself out there monetarily, not knowing that it's the right thing for you to do. Spirit says go for it. But really, I think this is about, a feeling of safety and security. And you, investing in that for the future. It's interesting that, again, it's sitting atop the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm getting the whole idea that this is a long-term investment. Like, again, this is not something that's, you're going to just it's not a get rich quick scheme to me, Scorpio. It's something stable and long-term. We don't buy a house. Well, most of us, not unless you're in the flipping profession where you flip houses for a living. But, we typically buy houses, to invest. It's a way to, get some long-term investment out of our money. And so that's what I feel. This is really it's about a long-term investment, Scorpio. But we've got number 34 here. It's occupation. So we call this is about your work. Whether you work for somebody, or again, if this is about you starting your own business, I feel like it could be for quite a few of you. This is about you starting your own business. So I'm gonna end the reading with excuse me, Scorpio. Sorry about that. I'm being distracted by my pooch over here. With a couple of cards from the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. Again, one of my favorite decks. It's very positive. And let's see. Ooh, see, I knew this was going to happen. I told you, I called it, Scorpio, that I was going to have a big card dump. I was feeling clumsy, and it happened. See what additional messages Spirit has for us. Okay, Kali Ma. Oh, how appropriate. This is facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. This is about you getting that confidence, that, courage, and then you've got Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring now. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, Scorpio. Please like the video, share it with, another Scorpio who you think needs to hear this message, and consider subscribing to help me build this community. But until next time, Scorpio,